Welcome back to Future Minds Gen AI Data Science Podcast. I'm your host Mano and I'm excited to have you with me for our second episode. We have covered a lot of ground in our previous discussions, from neural networks and reinforcement learning to model evolution and validation. Today, we are going to dive into topic that crucial for ensuring that AI systems are not only accurate but also trustworthy and fair. Ethical AI and bias mitigation. This is significant area of focus in AI research and development as the impact of our model can have profound societal implications. Let's get started. To understand the importance of ethical AI, we need to recognize the growing influence of AI systems in various aspects of our lives. AI is being used in critical areas such as healthcare, finance, criminal justice, hiring, and more. With such widespread use, it's imperative to ensure that these systems operate fairly and transparently, do not perpetuate or exacerbate existing biases and inequalities. One of the primary concerns in AI is bias. Bias in AI systems can arise from various sources, including biased training data, biased algorithm, human biases that inadvertently get embedded in the models. Let's start by understanding what bias in AI is and how it can manifest. Bias in AI occurs when the outcome of AI system systematically favor or disadvantage certain group of people. This can lead to unfair treatment and discrimination. For example, in hiring algorithm, bias might result in preferential treatment for candidates from certain demographics while disadvantage in other. In criminal justice, biased AI system could lead to unfair sentencing or parole decisions. There are several types of bias that can lead to in AI systems. Historical bias. This occurs when the training data reflects historical inequalities or prejudice. For instance, if hiring dataset primarily consists of successful candidates from particular demography or universities, the AI model trained on the data might learn to favor similar candidates. Sampling bias. This arises when the training data is not representative of the broader population. If certain groups are underrepresented in the data, the model's performance for these groups may be subpar. Measurement biases. This happens when the data collected for training is biased due to flawed measurement processes. For example, in healthcare, if certain symptoms are underreported or misdiagnosed more frequently in certain population, the AI model might make incorrect predictions for those groups. Algorithmic biases. This occurs when the algorithm itself introduces bias. Certain algorithms might amplify existing biases in the data or make biased decisions due to their designs. To address these biases, it's crucial to adopt strategies for bias mitigation throughout the AI development lifecycle. Here are some key approaches. Bias detection. The first step in addressing bias is to detect it. This involves analyzing the data model output to identify any disparities. Techniques like fairness metrics can help measure biases. For instance, comparing the accuracy, precision, recall, and other metrics across different demographic groups can highlight potential biases. Data preprocessing. One way to mitigate bias is through data preprocessing techniques. This involves modifying the training data to reduce or eliminate biases. Techniques like resampling, reweighting, or data augmentation can help create more balanced data set. For example, if particular data group data is underrepresented, synthetic data generation method like smooth syn can be used to create additional example for that group. Algorithmic fairness. Ensuring fairness at algorithmic level involves designing algorithms that explicitly account for fairness. Fairness aware algorithms are designed to make equitable decisions and minimize the bias. Techniques like adversarial debiasing involve training the model in such a way that it performs well while reducing bias. Another approach is to fairness constraints, where the algorithm is optimized to meet certain fairness criteria. Post processing. Bias mitigation can also be applied after the model has been trained. Post preprocessing techniques adjust the model output to ensure fairness. For example, calibration method can be used to adjust probability scores produced by the model to ensure they are fair across different groups. Transparency and explainability. Ensure that AI systems are transparent and explainable is crucial for identifying addressing bias. Techniques like LIME and SHAPE help in understanding the model decision making process by providing explanation for model prediction. These techniques can help in identifying potential bias and build trust in the AI system. Continuous monitoring. Bias mitigation is not one time effort. Continuous monitoring evaluation of the AI systems are essential to ensure it remains fair over time. As new data become available, it is important to regularly reassess the model to detect and address any emerging biases. Let's discuss few real world examples to illustrate the importance of ethical AI and AI bias mitigation. One notable example is Compass algorithm used in criminal justice system in the United States to assess the risk of recidivism. A study found that Compass has biased against African American defendants who were more likely to be incorrectly classified as high risk compared to white defendants. This highlighted critical need for transparency and fairness in AI systems used in high stake decisions. In hiring domain, companies like LinkedIn, Amazon have faced challenges with biased hiring algorithms. Amazon AI recruiting tool, which is trained on resumes submitted over 10-year period, was found that biased against women, and the tool favored resume that included words more commonly found in main resumes such as executed and capture. This case underscores the importance of using diverse representative training data and regularly auditing AI systems for bias. In healthcare, a study revealed that AI system used to predict health risk was biased against black patients. The algorithm underrepresented health needs for black patients compared to white patients with similar health conditions. This bias arose because the algorithm used healthcare cost as a proxy for healthcare needs, and black patients historically had lower healthcare costs due to unequal access to healthcare services. This example highlights the need of careful consideration of the features and proxies used in AI models to ensure they do not inadvertently introduce bias. Addressing bias in AI is not only technical challenge but also ethical imperative. It requires collaboration between data scientists, domain experts, ethicists, policymakers to develop implement effective strategies for bias mitigation. Ethical guidelines and regularly frameworks are being developed to ensure that AI systems are designed and deployed responsibly. For example, European Union General Data Protection Regulation includes provisions related to automated decision making and profiling, require, requiring transparency and accountability in AI systems. Similarly, IEEE Global Initiative on Ethics of Autonomous and Intelligent System has developed set of principles to guide the ethical design and deployment of AI systems. As we continue to advance AI technologies, it is essential to prioritize ethical consideration and strive for fairness and inclusivity. By doing so, we can harness the potential of AI while measuring the it benefit all members of society. Thank you for joining me today. Future Mind podcast.